Well, we know that he had been reportedly sober for a number of years, 15, 20 years. And then, it's just one of those things that you don't get cured from, you manage. And, sometimes, particularly again, I say with the dual diagnosis situation, if you begin to battle depression, sometimes anxiety with that, sometimes a sense of helplessness and hopelessness with it, then you can relapse. I mean, look, addiction is a very difficult disease. It is resistant to treatment, it is subject to relapse, and when you stack that with other forms of mental illness and mental disorder, then it can just be overwhelming at times. And so for someone to go back in for fine tuning, you go back in to refresh yourself on all the reasons that you fought to be sober, on all of the values that got you there. It's the coping skills that you've learned. You want to sharpen those things and regain your focus, and you surround yourself with like-minded people that are all moving in the direction of health and sobriety, and that can really be important to do. The brain of depressed people, the brain of those that are fighting addiction, are different. And so that means it's not just like, hey, come on, man up and feel better about yourself. Well, it's not that easy. I mean, we're talking about a serious and very real disease here. You do see signs. You see people that begin to disengage. They stop the activities. You'll see a decline in grooming. You'll see a decline in activities, a decline in interest. You'll see them less active, less involved. And these are signs that they're beginning to withdraw and distance and marginalize themselves. But I want to be very careful here, because with folks that are contemplating suicide, you will oftentimes see an upswing in mood right towards the end, because they have made their decision and found a solution. And they realize that in their way of seeing things, they're short-termers, and so they're not going to have to suffer this much longer. So sometimes you will see a real pseudo lift of mood and energy right before someone takes their own life. Not always, but sometimes.